All right, gents. Welcome back to FPL Banter. And I know you guys have been wondering, where the hell have y'all guys been? It's been a busy week for all three of us, guys. Goba couldn't even be here. We couldn't record on Wednesday. So we're here on a Saturday morning just for you guys to give you some updates. Well, not updates, but just basically help you make some decisions just before deadline, basically. So, yeah, joined here by my man, Chaps. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. Can't wait for this this deadline coming up. It's a little bit stressful, but yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. But you know how we do. Before we start getting into the info, we basically, we like to start with the banter. And, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but like the gap between now six, not even six, between seven, because Goba has caught up, is so close now. 60 points is nothing in 8 games. You know, Mikey used to be far, like 100 points far. Now he's right here. And the gap between seven and Ruth 3 is nothing. It's literally one game. It's literally one game.
Yeah, it's crunch time now, buddy. It's crunch time, so people are starting to lose focus. They don't have the chips, so now they're taking huge risks with hits and everything like that. So yeah, so now it's it's crunch time, buddy. It's crunch time. So that's why some of us are climbing higher and higher. I mean, even though some people got lucky with 87 points, see, then Nazir came out of nowhere. Like, I mean, what the hell? But I mean,
even
yes, very lucky.
Goba, like I saw Saka doesn't play. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, Palm against Man United. I'm like, ish, Man United. Hey, I'm like, okay, cool. He'll get I was like, okay, he'll get a penalty. Hey, does the guy not get 2 penalties and a bloody deflected shot in the last minute of the game? From
that was
differential captaincy not playing. If that's not luck to you, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, and to make things even worse, Haaland didn't play, so like literally that just threw a whole spanner in the works. I mean, yes, even I got that lucky. Even I was that lucky.
Yeah, with the Garnacho
thing. Yes, with Garnacho, or I think Garnacho was my first sub. So because of that, because Haaland didn't play, Garnacho came in, and luckily he got me those 2 goals. I was like literally on my knees. They're just like, please, Garnacho, do something in this game, and he came up with the goals. And luckily for me, it's bringing me closer and closer to Mikey and Kingsley and all those guys. Yeah. So I'm not that far off from Tiamo. Tiamo, I'm coming for you, buddy. I see your messages in the in the chat there. So I see you, Tiamo. You got a big mouth. I'm coming for you, buddy.
He's not far at all, man. He's really not far at all. And I'm telling you, he's pooping his pants. He's pooping his pants every game.
He is. He is.
Even Mikey there and Kings there, I know themselves because Mikey's had some. Kingsley had like a bad week once. He had like 12 points or something. Not even 12. Not that. He had a bad week when we all had a.
No, I think
week.
It was like 14 somewhere. There was
14 somewhere when we all had a good week. So like, hey, bruh, hey, yeah. But guys, look, this is FPL Banter. If you want to join the league, yeah, it might be very late, but the league codes, we're always going to start a new league, of course, in the new season. So join in. We only show the top 10. It's to motivate the rest of the guys in the league. But yeah, let's get into this now. So let's jump straight to the fixture ticker here. We've had an announcement for another double game week in Game Week 35 for both Chelsea and Tottenham. Tottenham not having much of the favorable one because they have now Arsenal and Chelsea in Game Week 35, and Chelsea has Aston Villa and Tottenham both home and away, whereas on Spurs' side it is Arsenal at home and Chelsea away. But they got a blank game week in Game Week 34, which is why you see them a bit lower down there. Now, we mentioned this as well because we are essentially, yes, playing Game Week 32, Game Week 33, but we're all trying to. There are a lot of people who still have their wild cards actually and looking to play it in Game Week 35 to try and get into Game Week 34. So we're thinking, um, from your side, chaps, between, and I think this is what it is, people are trying to get assets into their team right now who are going to be in Game Week 34 doubling, and then they're going to wild card in Game Week 35. And everybody's going to have Liverpool, everyone's going to have Arsenal, and then I think they're going to have Solanke. So that leaves Crystal Palace assets and Wolves assets. Right now, looking at the fixtures, who do you think is worth having to 34? Um, yeah, to Game Week 34. Crystal Palace right now is a bit. Well, Wolves is actually second on the fixture ticker. So, that itself should say it all. But who are you going to pick? Because you'd prefer Eze as opposed to some other person in the midfield from Wolves. But I heard Wang Hee-chan might be back. So, he's an option. Yeah, who do you think is better options in Crystal Palace or Wolves?
Yeah, look, I think to be honest, Wolves have better fixtures because even if you look at the fixture starting from now up until game week 35, they have better fixtures. They got West Ham, Forest, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Luton. Whereas Crystal Palace, the next fixture is Man City, Liverpool, then they got West Ham and Newcastle, and then Fulham. I mean, for the next two fixtures, I mean, if you want to start planning for the double game week now, looking at those two teams, I mean, Crystal Palace is not the way to go if you're thinking of introducing those players from Palace now. So I think if you want to start planning now and getting those players now, I think Wolves players might be better suited, even though in the double game week, Wolves have got Arsenal. I just feel that Wolves would be better in the long run rather than Crystal Palace players. I mean, even with Crystal Palace, you literally only got one player. You all you have is Eze. I mean, Olise unfortunately still injured. You do have Mateta as a striker, nice and cheap. I think it's under 5 million. But even still, I mean, even with Mateta, he doesn't score a lot of goals. So he's not somebody who's going to get you a hat trick or anything like that. But he is an option anyway. But with Wolves, I mean, at least you've got a couple of options here and there. You've got Sarabia. I think he's a midfield option. Nice and cheap. He's below 6. As you said, Wang Hee-chan is coming back. But the thing is, we don't know when. And if he does, he might have reduced minutes, you see. So that's a bit risky there. And
So
then
you'd
obviously
rather
with Wolves, you've got defensive options as well with Ait Nori. If you want to go a bit differential, you can go for Samedo. At least you know they always play. But yeah, or you can go for the goalkeeper who's a sure bet. At least you know with Jose Sa, he does give you a couple of save points here and there, depending on the type of fixture as well. So for me, I would go with Wolves, to be honest.
Another question, I think some people might be having more than one asset from Bournemouth, and they fixture to this week they've got Luton. So my question to you really was going to be, would you bring in a second asset from Luton, and who would it be, considering they have, I think if you wanted to build up towards that Game Week 34, but also capitalize on the fixtures like Game Week 32 now, they're playing Luton. Who's the second asset you can bring in for Luton? I mean, for Bournemouth, from Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. I mean that guy. What's his name?
Semenya.
I butcher his. No, not that guy. I mean,
Barney,
that
Zabarani.
defender.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zabani.
oh my
Zabani.
goodness, that zebra guy. But anyway, yeah, I mean, look, he's been in good form recently. Even though, yeah, there are one or two clean sheets here and there.
Yeah.
I think his place is pretty
Secure.
locked down now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you can go for him. And then there's the obvious options. You can go for the goalkeeper Neto. He's also cheaper. I mean, he's below 5 million. But if you really, really want to go for the differential, like you said, Semenyo is a good one. You know, personally myself, I'm actually might think of actually getting Semenyo as maybe a third striker, because I think he's also under 5 million if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's also nice and cheap. The only issue with Semenyo is that if I'm not, the last game he didn't start the last game, so he was on the bench, but he did come on and he did provide the assist for the goal. So that's a good thing. So you know, you might find that in the next couple of games he might start. So, but yeah, and then in midfield, if you want to have an option as well, I think there is
Between
what is it?
Tavernier.
Tavernier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
between Tavernier
Tavernier.
and Clifford. But I would go
Yeah, yeah,
Tavernier. I'll go Tavernier. He seems
yeah.
more
I'd rather go.
more locked in.
Yeah, Tavernier. He's more locked in. Clifford, he's in and out of this
In and
team
out,
every
yeah,
now and again.
in and out.
Yeah,
I
so
think another team worth mentioning, considering now they're doubling in Gameweek 35, is Chelsea as well. We all got Palmer, and most of us actually got Gusto, but I feel like Gusto's such a waste in defense. I think we're all just trying to hope that Chelsea gets a clean sheet, but a real waste of an asset. So for those tripling up, what are your thoughts? Should you triple up on Chelsea? And even if you do, it should most likely be in a midfield or attack. Is there any other assets besides Cole Palmer in attack that you would actually invest in? You got Sterling who's in and out. He doesn't seem like he's locked in. Mudryk has actually been playing well when he does actually play. Rotation is just another problem. Like people like Madueke coming in and doing magic. You can't play. You can't. I wouldn't go for Gallagher because he's just a lot deeper, and like him getting a goal is almost like, okay, you got a goal this week, but what about the next two, three, four? You know, um, yeah. To you, who would you pick for your second attacking Chelsea asset if you had to pick one? And I'm just asking this for those who think are trying to take a punt this week and also prepare for that game week 35.
yeah, no, Chelsea. Just to put it out there, defensively, those guys are whack. I mean, they're like seriously bad. Yo, man, those guys are bad. Um, look, I mean, yeah, you can only go for attacking options with Chelsea, and even then, we don't really have that many options.
We don't.
Everybody has Cole Palmer by now. If you don't, you have to get Cole Palmer into your team. You have to find a way to get that guy. He's cheap enough and he's worth it. As a second out, Chelsea player, I think in midfield, yeah, Mudryk is okay, but Mudryk really doesn't do the things. You might score you points every 3-4 games or so. So if you really want to take a chance, you can do so with him. It looks like now he's starting to sort of get his place nailed down in that starting 11. I think the other player that has really got his place nailed down is Jackson.
Yeah,
so
you just have to hope
got
because he has those weird games where he'll score like 2 goals, 3 goals, and
he does
so
out of nowhere.
So
yeah, you could use him. But I mean, look, just saying the name Jackson doesn't really inspire you that much. But I mean, look, you never know.
I think Darwin back in the earlier of the season.
Exactly, bro. I mean, but it is what it is. I mean, we're in the home stretch of the season. For those guys out there who are looking just, taking those differentials, those risky transfers, there's nothing riskier than a Jackson transfer. That's like putting yourself at the mercy of the FPL gods, and just like, hey, do what you want. But yeah, those are the options with regards to Chelsea. Look, they don't have the best of fixtures, to be honest. In game week 34, they've got Arsenal, and then in 35 with the double, they've got Aston Villa and Tottenham. So yeah, it's not really looking good. Even with Spurs, Spurs themselves, pretty much. In 34, they literally got a blank.
No, 34.
A blank.
Yeah, from 34 going on, to be honest, I'm starting to consider whether or not I should be selling. Yeah,
It looks pointless having Spurs players. 34, they got a blank. 35, they got a double, yes, but it's Arsenal and Chelsea. In game week 36, they've got Liverpool. So those 3 game weeks, they've probably got the hardest fixtures they've had in a long time. It's literally like, big 6 teams back to back. So for me, I'd rather spend, that's, Heung-min Son money or medicine money or, Poro money somewhere else. You know what I mean? So for me, to be honest, I'm going to stay away from, Spurs players during that time. And then I'll keep Palmer. The rest of the other guys,
we'll see.
I'm not going to double up on Chelsea either, to be honest.
Nah, if you don't have, if you got Palmer, keep Palmer. If you don't, I'd say get him. But other than that, like, nah. Like, we're not gonna talk about like Arsenal and the Liverpool assets. I think it's very clear who the good options there are, and then I think as well, same with Man City. It's really to your discretion there. I think you can really bringing Man City assets in is really good in the next game week. You can just take your punt. It's Man City at the end of the day, so. We're going to move along, putting the Banter Boys in the front here. But what we're really going to focus on with the Banter Boys is the captaincy, because this is a game week where it's not necessarily obvious whether it's Haaland or whether it's Salah. Or yes, fine, Cole Palmer's got the easiest fixture. But I think this is another weekend where the differential can make a huge difference. So for me, I'll start off in saying, like, I think, safety-wise, Cole Palmer is number 1 based on form and fixture. I think number 2, I would have to go with Son, considering that he's been playing and he's in the striking role as well. Fine, he hasn't been on top form in that, and neither has who's
How
this?
can you go for Son?
No, the reason why I say Son number 2, right, and instead of Haaland or Salah is because of the fact that these guys have got European games coming up. So now Haaland didn't play. Salah played 60 minutes. Literally, that's like saying, like, oh, okay, cool, we're gonna win. Even though they like had to clinch it last minute, they're like, it's fine. Salah, come off. Do you know what I mean? If Salah had stayed on to that game, they would have killed that game much earlier. So
yeah, but I feel with Salah, they were resting him for the United game because they know it's an away
game. Definitely.
Considering what happened last time, they have to win it. They have to win it because obviously, Arsenal is right on their ass, and so is City as well. So we all know Salah's definitely going to start. Secondly, we all know Salah's record against United, whether it be home or away.
Yeah, but it's one goal he always scores, definitely. But you look at that versus Cole Palmer's form right now against almost any team at the same time. He's playing Sheffield, So, and then you also look at that against, man, it's just like the fact that those 2 teams in the beginning, Son and Palmer's teams, they're playing this one game and they're resting. So they're going to be going all out, Whereas with Salah, I wouldn't be surprised. Literally, if you guys are like 2-0 up, 3-0 up, and Salah's only assisted one goal or scored just one goal, and then they take him off. And you don't want that. And the same thing with Haaland. That's why I put him like at number 4, because I'm just like, hey, are they really going to play him against Crystal Palace? And even if they do, I think he's going to have limited minutes. I think number 1 and 2 is between Palmer and Son, and then number 3 is definitely Salah. I think Haaland is going to be restricted minutes again. You don't want to risk him against Crystal Palace.
But
You know what I mean?
But if you think about it, with Salah and Liverpool, do you really think Klopp is gonna risk it again after what happened?
He's not gonna risk
remember
it.
in the last game.
But
No. Listen, but because we all know what United can do at home. They, for some weird reason, they
it's
can
not just at home, but it is also the fact that it's a derby.
They can turn it up.
They can turn it up.
They can turn it up because
That's
it's a
another
derby.
reason.
I don't think Klopp is gonna risk it. Particularly now Salah is rested, right? He can't go the full 80, 90 minutes.
100%.
I mean, the only time he would pull Salah off, I promise you, is probably if they thrashing United. Let's say maybe it's 4-0 or something like that by the 60th minute. Then yes. But other than that, I think it's going to be a little bit tough. I mean, even if it is 4-0 by the 60th minute, surely Salah would have scored 2 goals by then. Would it not be worth it?
Yeah, surely he would have. But the thing is, you looking at it versus Cole Palmer and Son playing at home against Nottingham Forest, you understand, who's conceding, and Palmer playing against Sheffield. Now, you looking at that versus Salah playing against the Man United, who can turn it up at home in a derby against Liverpool, who they just.
It's not about who's going to win. It's
not
about
who's going to win.
You know,
it's about the mere fact that the level of difficulty for Son versus Nottingham Forest at home is much better than Son playing Man United away. The level of difficulty of Palmer facing Sheffield
look at it this way.
Than Salah playing Man United away. The level of difficulty, not.
Look, I'm not saying Palmer is a bad option. So I said Palmer or Chelsea.
Okay, who's number 1, 2, and 3 for you then? Let's put it like that, because I put Salah as number.
Okay. I'll get there. But my thing is with Salah, all right. Why I'm pushing for Salah is because with United, they're in a bit of a bad place at the moment, especially after last night, right? When they played Chelsea on Thursday night, is that if you saw both centre backs, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Varane. Actually not both centre. Yeah,
no,
Varane
and Evans. Evans got injured.
And Evans had to go off. On top of that, Lindelof is also injured, which means their top 3 defenders are injured. And Martinez, which basically means now that all that's left is Maguire and that young kid. Exactly. So now even if Evans is sort of fit or Varane is sort of fit, it's not guaranteed that they're going to play the entire game. You know what I mean? So it's a bit of a risk. And if you remember that last game, you know, Salah and Co could have killed off that game in that first half. In the first 20 minutes, it should have been 3-0. They should have. You know, because, you know, Darwin is Darwin, and, you know, McAllister didn't have his shooting boots on that day for whatever reason. You know, it's just, it didn't happen for Liverpool, you know. But I think because it's a league game and they're going for the title, I think their mind is going to be so ready and pumped up for this game. I think they're going to exactly. They're going to try and do it. You know, our defense and our midfield is bad. But anyway, so my top 3 choices for captaincy would probably be, to be honest, I would go for. Oh, it is tough. I'll probably go Palmer, Salah, Haaland.
No, Son?
No. I just feel that with what's going on, Son hasn't been himself for a while now. I mean, even just before he left for the Asia Cup, he wasn't doing that well. When he came back, he scored 1 or 2 goals, but still, he's not that Son.
Yeah. But I mean,
Now that Richarlison is sort of back, that means now he's going to be playing on the wing. So yeah, or maybe even 10, or Madison is not even in form anymore. So yeah, Spurs are a little bit in a difficult place right now. So they're not hitting those goals like they used to.
So the Banter Boys, one free transfer. To be honest, I think we should roll. I think the team is okay. We can add something else later. You got 3 strikers.
But you know what I think we should do? Just in case Saka doesn't play, maybe put Bradley as number 1, first option.
Okay.
Sub.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Bradley's not that bad. Eh? Bradley is pretty
No,
good.
he's not bad at all.
He's no Trent. Yeah, sure. But
he does the job.
In terms in terms of, good right backs out there, he's not bad, eh? He's not bad, especially attacking wise. He's not bad.
Not at all. Cool. Let's take a look at the killer squad. So my captaincy is on Palmer right now, but after having this discussion, I think it might change. I am still looking for that differential, really. I will be looking at a lot of deadline streams today. So, yeah, it's really between those 3, Palmer, Son, and Salah. But this is my team right now. I'm just not happy with Tony, but I'm being patient and hoping that he comes through when Gameweek 33 comes with Sheffield and then followed, I think, by Luton. So he's on the bench. And I think, the team is pretty much strong. I'd rather go for Gusto over Udogie and Nottingham Forest only because of the Sheffield fixture. But Chelsea just don't get no thingies, bro. So yeah, that's me, man. That's me. I'm not gonna make any transfers. I'm gonna roll. Got plenty of money in the bank. But yeah, I'm gonna roll. And yeah. Any thoughts? What do you think?
Ooh, no Haaland.
No need for Haaland. I'm absolutely fine with that. That was actually the plan as well. I've got money to actually get Haaland, but I'm fine. I'm actually.
So does this mean you will go without Haaland for the rest of the season, or up until Gameweek 37?
I just don't think he's necessary. Do you know what I mean? I mean, look, he didn't even play this past week, and that's why when I took him out, I wasn't worried about bringing him back in. For the mere fact of these actual results right now, he's been of no use. I don't think he's necessary. I'm not saying he's gonna not walk on and score 2 goals in the last few minutes or whatever against Crystal Palace. I'm not saying he can't do that or he's not gonna do that. But I just think, let's be honest, there's a whole lot of other players right now that are filling in, for those points. You got Palmer just doing it, bro. He's pretty much become the Haaland. He's getting these points. You know what I mean? You've got Foden. If you had Foden, do you know what I mean? So Haaland's not that player from last season, basically. I think he's someone you can go without, but you need to make sure you have that cover. And for me, that cover honestly is Salah, 1, and Palmer's just an extra, and then Son, I honestly just hope he does something on the side or whatever. But yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. You've gone triple Arsenal defense. Wow.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd bring that up. Yeah, man. Let's be honest. Let's talk about this quickly. Just quickly. I keep saying it. I'm gonna say it all the time, bro. This clean sheet pandemic is real. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? I had one Arsenal spot free. I said, okay, cool. I can either bring in Saka there by Luis Diaz, and then just bring in, if I want to, Konate, or even I could even go for Virgil because I've got that money. And I was like, no, I'm not guaranteed clean sheets with those guys. Right now, where is everybody lacking? It's in the clean sheet department. I said, take the risk because it's a big one, give you big rewards. Arsenal get a clean sheet. I got like 18 points, bro. You know? And they did that this weekend, of course, because I think anybody and everybody could predict a clean sheet against Luton. Um, it's me taking a chance now from now, and the next game. I will change most likely later on down the line when we start playing Tottenham, start playing Chelsea and all that stuff like that. I'll bring Saka in. But right now, where I feel like, no, these guys can get clean sheets, I'll triple up, bro, because let's be honest, there's hardly any clean sheets going around, bro. There's hardly any clean sheets going around. So that's where the thinking comes from in tripling up in Arsenal defense, the best defense, quite frankly.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but that's scary.
That's scary. Yeah.
Tripling up.
It is scary. No, trust me, it is scary. It is like you're watching a game and you're like, ooh.
For me, who like literally the double game week is Wolves and Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if they just get one goal, I mean, Wolves get a goal and Chelsea get a goal. I mean, the whole point of you tripling up is gone out the window. So
no, I mean, like I said,
the thing
I might change it by then. I might change it by then, but I'm gonna see like where I feel like, okay, you see here, I don't think I should have triple. I'll change. But like I was like, Luton, let me grab those 18 points guaranteed. Brighton, I'm taking my chance. I can't remember who the next person is Gameweek 34. So like I said, I might change by then when I see the fixtures changing. But for now, I'm gonna take my chance where I see I can. Take my chance where I see.
Even Brighton themselves is a bit risky. You never know which Brighton might just turn up.
It is, chaps. But let's be honest, bro. You won't be surprised if Arsenal go clean sheet. You wouldn't.
No.
You wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
So that's where my mind is at. Like, ooh, and then let's be honest again. Who right now in the fixtures do you think is gonna get a clean sheet besides Arsenal? Because we both know Chelsea ain't gonna get a clean sheet. We know Tottenham is not gonna get a clean sheet. We know most likely, definitely, even Liverpool's not gonna get a clean sheet. We don't think even.
Currently, I mean, Everton can.
We even don't think Man City's gonna get a clean sheet. That's how bad it is right now. That's how bad it is right now in getting clean sheets. We get clean sheets and we like the Neto one with Bournemouth. You even were like, yes, oh wow, a clean sheet. Oh, thank you. You know what I mean? That's how random clean sheets are coming up, bro. Really. So yeah, man, the risk is gonna come with great rewards, bro, if it comes. And if it doesn't, like I said, and this is why I also did it, everyone else is not gonna get a clean sheet. When Arsenal get scored against, guarantee you everyone else is also going to get scored against, and it's going to be the same as everybody else. So I was like, oh, actually, okay, cool. I think it works hand in hand. So yeah, bro. Calculated risk. Calculated risk.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
Let's look at your team. Let's just. Sorry, I want to bring this up quickly. The Fuzzy Wuzzy bandwagon. Sorry about the picture quality image, guys. Yeah, let us know, bro. How many, what are you doing? Are you doing any transfers? Are you made transfers? What's your plans?
Yeah, well, this was before the Chelsea United game. So, it looks like I won't make any. Yeah, so it looks like at the moment, I think I won't make any transfers. I probably will bring in Gusto for Moniz, make it a back four, make it a 4-4-2. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And put Garnacho there front on the first on the bench in case Saka doesn't play. I think Saka will play, by the way. I think Saka will play, by the way. But I do think if we're doing well, he'll get rested.
Yeah, but then the thing is, I mean, there's a I think it's next week, right? Champions League.
It is on Tuesday.
Yeah,
but that's I think he'll play.
He might get.
I think he'll play. He might be 70, and then if we're really doing well and we don't need him, we'll take him. But yeah. If I were you,
Yeah, I
I'd
mean,
actually
what if he doesn't play that well either? I mean, the last game that he played, he didn't do that. What was the last game that he played in? Was it the City game? Was it
it was a City game. Yeah, before this
City game?
recent game.
Was it? Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, that's understandable because it's City and all, but I mean, he didn't look that well either. I mean, he was. You could tell something was bothering him. So, um, yeah, I mean, if he's gonna play like that, yeah, it's warning. It's a warning. But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm not gonna take him out either. I'm gonna leave him there. But other than that, no transfers. I'm gonna roll over for the following week, and yeah, and then we'll see about next week. Next week.
Okay. Okay. Are you gonna bring in the third Arsenal at any point?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It'll probably be either in Gameweek 33, if I'm not mistaken, just before, or on Gameweek 34. I'm thinking of bringing. It's either bringing a defender or I bring in another a midfielder. Yeah, I'm seriously looking at Kai Havertz,
Yeah.
because he's a
Yeah.
little bit
He's a good
cheaper.
option.
If not him, then I'll probably bring in Odegaard. In defense, I'm trying to look at who will be at left back, because whoever will be at left back will be the cheaper option from defense.
Don't take that risk. Don't take that risk. I know you're trying to go for a cheaper option, but from the Arsenal guy,
Yeah.
don't take that risk. I think if you really
Look,
try to
if
go
over the next
midfield,
couple of
go
yeah,
midfield.
if the next over the next couple of weeks, I see there's a lot of rotation in the left back role. But then what I'll do is, and if I see that I cannot afford a midfielder, what I'll do is I'll probably go for the goalkeeper. I'll go for Raya,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Because he's
we
nailed.
all know that he's
Nailed.
set. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's nailed, and I'll probably be playing my bench boost then, so it'll be good to have two goalkeepers with double game week.
All right. All right. Now, guys. Yeah, you heard it. That's it from us. We hope we've given you enough info to make your decisions today. I just want to plug in. I got an Arsenal channel with my friend Andre. Please check it out. I'm going to put it in the actual description. It's just advising chaps reminded me now that I need to plug that more in here, affiliate channel. So please go check it out. It's called Red Cannon Thoughts. We share everything about Arsenal, the games preview, and have many debates. Really great. Link is going to be in the description. And yeah, man. My last words. I think yeah, guys, make calculated decisions. If don't force a transfer, especially going towards game week 34. I think roll it so you have better decisions. You can make better decisions in game week 33 just before 34. Yeah, man. Chaps, any last words for you? Any advice? Last advice?
Yeah, man. Look, don't take unnecessary hits. Unless obviously you're just going for it, then it's completely up to you. But if you still have this sort of like master plan, then just go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah, take the season.
Yeah. But all in all, just enjoy it, guys. Enjoy it. That's what this game is all about. Yeah, it's basically just to get away from the stresses from everyday life.
Yeah.
So it's just keep it at that as a game, just to have fun with, banter with your boys,
Yeah.
type of thing. So yeah, so let's play it to enjoy it.
All right. Cool, man. Guys, please make sure you leave a comment. Of course, like the content if you're really enjoying the content that we're giving. And we always want to hear from you guys. And then make sure you hit that subscribe button. And good luck for the game week. We'll see you guys next week.